Let's head to one of my favourite parts of the country, probably my favourite part of the country, Central Otago, Queenstown, where we find Hayden Dillon. He's the head of agribusiness for our accounting partners here on the country, Crowe, Horwath. He gets all the good gigs. He has been at the Mind Your Own Business Agri Conference in Queenstown, Hayden, where one of the guest speakers yesterday was my old mate Nathan Pollyanna Penny from the ASB Bank, and you're going to drop him in it. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jamie. Yeah, well, when Nathan gives a prediction, I think we have to pay attention. So he was talking $9 for lamb, so that got my attention already at record highs. So $9 was his next prediction. So if you do get him on next week, I think you can hold him to that. I don't think anyone will be offended if he gets that one right as well.
We'll chase him up on that one next week. You want to talk about the Messara report into the New Zealand thoroughbred racing industry. It was done by this Aussie guru, John Messara, and he's going to turn our industry upside down, and major restructuring around the likes of our TAB. From a business point of view, how important is the racing industry?
Yeah, well, it's the important part. It's $1.6 billion of GDP. It employs 10,000 direct employees just in the thoroughbred industry. So I don't know of many industries in New Zealand that employ that many people. I mean, Tiwai Point employed 2,500, got a $30 million subsidy from the government. This is a very big and very important industry for New Zealand. And John Messara's done a great job in probably bringing together the key changes. A lot of them aren't new. But thanks to Winston Peters, to be fair, we've got a really good report. We need some action from the government. And probably more importantly, we just need to probably get some education into the market as actually how the industry works. There seems to be a lot of confusion that it's a subsidy or it's a lot of rich people running around spending money, and there's a lot more to it than that. So it's really important that we have a government that fully understands the importance of this industry to our economy. Can
I go back to the TAB thing? That's been run by the government since Adam was a cowboy, effectively. Have they been running it poorly?
Yeah, it's a good point, actually. I mean, unlike the wine industry or the seafood industry, the New Zealand racing industry is run by a government-owned monopoly, which is the TAB, and that was kicked off in around 1950s. So the government's done very well out of that. Probably when Lotto came in, things changed a bit, but it's had it for about 70 years. And, over the last probably 20-odd years, it's really done a poor job, as you'd expect from a government-owned monopoly. It's investment in the wagering product and so forth relative to our cousins over in Australia is very poor. So, no, it has been run poorly over the last 20 years. And unfortunately, the government has to take responsibility for that because it owns it, and it's got complete control of that wagering industry, which the industry relies on.
Yeah, but are we going to replace it with Aussie bookies?
Well, the plan is the recommendation from John Messara is that we still keep the New Zealand Racing Board, but the actual product itself, we license that out. So we say, right, this is what we want to. You must provide this. And we go to market and we say who wants to run it. And there's huge competition for wagering in Australia. There's a number of betting agencies over there. I've no doubt they'd be pretty keen to get into that New Zealand industry, probably bring a lot of innovation and products to it, improve the quality of the product, and they'll probably see the opportunity because of their time difference to tap into other markets. So we just don't have the capital or the capability to run a wagering business in New Zealand. We're just too far behind.
If this Messara report is actioned, it's going to be bad news for some smaller rural racing clubs.
Yeah, there is. So one of the recommendations is the closing down of some clubs, and that's been in the industry for a long time. Part of it is introducing some legislation around controlling who actually owns those clubs or where the funds go. So, for example, Avondale and Auckland, it's sitting on quite a valuable asset. We wouldn't want to lose that capital into some other venture. It really belongs to the industry. So yes, for sure. And I'm from Central Otago and I'm a Cows Mile Racing Club, and that's one of the ones that was recommended that it be closed. But times have moved on, and you're just not far up the road. You've got Cromwell, which is absolutely booming. So it's just really a case of saying we've got so much capital to spend, consolidating some clubs. It's a great example where they're talking about Waikato, where you've got Te Rapa Racing Club, Waipar and Cambridge, and building an all-weather track, and everyone combining their capital to build one great facility. It's just sort of we don't really have a choice around it because the industry's in real trouble. And if something doesn't happen, we don't get the quality of the product up and the quality of the stakes up, the government will be bailing out an industry.
Yeah, as you say, it's worth $1.6 billion to the New Zealand economy. 10,000 full-time roles in the thoroughbred industry. Let's hope Mr. Peters, the Minister of Racing, and whether you love him or loathe him, he's been a champion for the racing industry, can see this one through. Hayden Dillon, Head of Agribusiness for Crowe Horwath, our accounting partners here on the country. You enjoy yourself in Queenstown. No doubt you'll be there for the weekend with Mark Wilson.
Yeah, no, I've got to head back, but thanks for that, Jamie.
And I'll look forward to catching up with Nathan Polly and a penny and his $9 a kilogram lamb next week on the country.
He's going to kill me.